Car sales crash by 28%. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because we're going to have a look at the latest data from VFACTS for August 2020 and just the crash in car sales. But before we have a look at that, let's just jump over here and I'm going to give a plug for another YouTube channel I've started, HeiseSays US, where I'm focusing on pretty much US news articles with a similar vein to what I'm looking at here in Australia. Yesterday we looked at housing sales, the housing sales that have surged over there, and before that their fall in economic growth. So it seems like it's an interesting story over there. So jump over and please subscribe if you're at all interested. I'm not, I aim to get one video out per day for HeiseSays US, and it's on a different schedule. So where my HeiseSays Australian stuff I do in the morning, but as I get up early, the HeiseSays US content is something I'll produce at nighttime, just before I jump to bed, to get out for the US market there. So have a look, guys. The plug is over. So now let's jump. Oh, I'll put the link below, by the way, because it's very new. It's not coming up on search results yet. So let's have a look at the VFACTS data. So Australia's new car sales results for August 2020, and this was shared to me by a viewer. Thank you very much, because I haven't looked at it in a while. Actually, I hadn't updated it since last year, and it's gotten worse. So new car sales tumbled 28.8% in Australia during a grim August to 60,986. Year to date, sales are down 20.4% on 2019's underwhelming tally. And I'll bring up this chart here. Hang on, I've got to find the car sales chart. Where is it? Where is it? Hang on. There we go, car sales. And you can see the 2018, you can tell it's a while since I've referred to this. You can see the 2018 data, then the 2019 data, and look at how we're going this year, guys. It's getting bad. You can understand why, though. Why would you buy a new car? Just to sit it in your garage? Particularly in Victoria? Or there's also the tourism. The car rental companies. Why would they be renting it, buying new cars to keep their fleet when no one's coming? No one's traveling from overseas. Interstate tourism is, restricted. Why? So the precipitous sales decline was driven by Victoria, which is no surprise given the Melbourne population hub spent 3 months in stage 4 restrictions, meaning the closure of metro showrooms. Victorian sales fell 66% to 8,347, which is in numerical terms meant a decline of 16,129 units over August 2019. New South Wales declined by 16%, while Queensland's tally fell 14%. On a year-to-date basis, VFACTS data cited here reported 575,906 sales for the 8 months ending August 31, 2020, down 20.4% in the same period in 2019, when 723,283 sales were reported. Look at that difference. I've got one viewer who was sharing with me just his story of working. He was working for a car sales, I think he was in the IT section of a car sales place. And when the super withdrawals were allowed, boom, people just started going in there buying cars for 10 grand or 20 grand. And it just got quiet. This is going to be a tough industry for people. I mean, look at that, guys. Look at that, a 20% decline. And they've got all these onerous demands from the car brands that you need to have this setup and this in their showrooms. Maintenance would be down too because less people, probably can afford to do it, or maybe they're doing it themselves, or maybe they're just driving less. The automotive industry figures were released one day after the Australian Bureau of Statistics announced a 7% drop in GDP for the June quarter, the largest drop ever recorded in a single 3-month block. Speaking in response to today's alarming Victorian figures, the head of the AADA peak body for new car dealers, James Vortman, said businesses were under severe stress and people are losing their jobs. Dealerships are well placed to observe COVID-safe plans and already have measures in place in preparation for when restrictions have eased. We will be asking the Victorian government to allow us to reopen responsibly so we can start servicing our customers. I mean, there you've got that chart. So Toyota, and I'm a fan of Toyota. What's that car show? Oh, I keep forgetting it. Where they drove the Hilux to the North Pole. Oh, I'll remember it later. I'll remember it later. I love that. A great show. Toyota declined 25.5%, but its market share is north of 20%. So they sold 12,500 cars roughly. Behind Mazda at 6,900 was down 5.1%. Hyundai down 38.2%. Kia was down 3%. Mitsubishi held on to fifth despite dipping 31% to 4,300 sales, edging out Ford down to 20.7%. Rounding out the top 10 was Volkswagen down 32%. Mercedes-Benz down 12.9%. Nissan down 47.6%. And Subaru down 42.2%. I mean, look at these numbers. Look how few cars are actually getting sold, guys. You know. Honda down 52%. BMW down 24%. MG down up 69%. Okay. The Chinese brand even outsold Suzuki down 12.3% and Audi down 26.2%. We want to find the other brands that recorded positive sales. There's the list, so we can see here. I mean, there you go. Toyota down. Everyone down, guys. There we go. We got one up. MG. Let's find the one that have increased. LDV is up. LDV. Jeep is up. Okay. I guess the preppers people are buying their Jeeps to prepare. Haval. I never heard of them. Up 46%. 40% Fiat. Fix it again. Tony. What else do we have? 0%. Aston Martin. Only 10 sold in the country. Wow. And Morgan was up too. We'll have to see what happens when Tesla enters the market here in Australia. So models. For the second month in succession, the Toyota RAV4 was the top-selling vehicle thanks to Toyota's coupe to secure greater supply of the hybrid model announced earlier this year. Well, yeah, I mean, guys, hybrids are great. I love them. I've had the Camry hybrid, a nice, boring family man car for a while. And then we got second place was Ford Ranger, which had very little competition, given two of its biggest competitors, the Hilux and Isuzu D-Max, had nowhere months on account of limited dealer stock. Okay, so they're getting trouble. We can see here what was sold by model and the vehicle segment by passenger. We can see here national sales by state. I mean, New South Wales is leading the way. Then Victoria. Then Queensland. Look at Victoria, how low it is. Look at Victoria. So sales in Western Australia fell 4.6%. South Australia by 10.8%. It grew in the ACT by 0.4%. Fell by 35.8% in Tasmania and by 6.8% Northern Territory. The best performing market segments by total share was medium SUVs, 4x4s, small SUVs, small cars and large SUVs. Private car sales fell 17.2% to 31,192. Business fleet sales fell 31.7% to 23,900. Rentals plummeted 81.8%. Wow. There you go. What was I saying? To 1,235. And government vehicle sales fell 29.5% to 2,044. There were 35,000 petrol vehicles sold, 16,000 diesel, 6,500 hybrid, and 155 full electric vehicles, excluding Tesla, and 103 plug-in hybrids. That's actually my neighbor. He next door, they bought a plug-in hybrid, so he can just charge it up at home, and he gets 50 kilometers range from the battery and petrol. I think that's a brilliant idea. I think that's the best compromise I think you can have, particularly with Australia, just with the distances we need to travel. And I guess I'm not against electric cars, guys. I just think, the market needs to respond. I think that's the best compromise because, I don't know, I wouldn't be brave enough driving long distance. Well, not that any of us ever do anymore, but still, going camping, you want that petrol right there. You know, but some people don't realize how big Australia is. And we've only got like 5 cities. You know, all the rest of the towns. One of the key sources of cars was Japan, Thailand, Korea, Germany, and China. The US made vehicles accounted for 2,233. So Japan is still the biggest source of our car. So there we have it, everyone. Car sales have plunged by 28%, guys. What do you think? It's going to be a tough game, that one. Do you know anyone in the car sales industry? Are you looking to buy a new car? I mean, I can understand why people wouldn't. Confidence just isn't there. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.